Pero sinabi na namin kanina kung sino. Ang political aspect naman. Ngayon na nandito na si Pangulong Duterte sa Daig, in jail na siya. Eh may sinasabi si Katambay Charlie na may interview daw.
Oo, si Vice President Sara Duterte, no, sabi niya, malabo nang maibalik dito ang kanyang ama. Kaya move on na daw tayo. So, alam natin, no, syempre hindi papayag dito yung mga yung mga supporter, no, ng dating pangulo. So, bilang isang member ng kanyang dating administrasyon, ano ba talaga, commissioner, ba, congressman, Greco, ano ba reaction natin dito?
Well, of course, alam po natin ang batas lalo na after nung Senate investigation, luminaw po ang nangyari. There was really a violation in all aspects of law. In the Constitution, the ICC rules itself, the rules of arrest was violated. Mali or illegal ang pagkaka-aresto sa Pangulong Duterte. He should have been brought to a local court here to decide kung anong gagawin dun sa bottom line. He was walang red notice, number one, para siya arestuhin. He was arrested by the power of an ICC warrant that had no jurisdiction over us. And through a process that violated his constitutional guarantee or our constitutional guarantee. So illegal ho talaga ang pagkaka-arrest sa kanya. Therefore, dapat siyang ibalik dahil the fruit of the poisonous tree yun ang isang maxim sa batas. At kung ang point naman po kasi kung itatry siya, he will go through trial. He should go through trial here. And then after we heard the pre-trial conference sa The Hague or sa ICC, nakita natin na yung saan ba nanggaling yung 6,000, 30,000, 50,000 deaths na binibintang sa kanya and to be charged for crimes against humanity. 43 deaths yung pinatay sa kanya, amin mismo sa petition ng mga nagreklamo na ito ay under a legitimate drug war o anti-drug campaign. So, paano yung naging mass murder? It would not even qualify for mass murder, assuming na ito talaga ay mga pinatay na. Wala naman siya pinatay na personal. Yung mga taong namatay doon were legitimately through the anti-drug campaign. Sino pumatay nun? So, 43 in 8 years. So, lumalabas mga 5. Isang taon, hindi ko sinasabing walang kwenta yung 5. Pero sinasabi ko, hindi yun magka-qualify sa napakaraming pinatay ng isang tao. Dahil specifically, ito po ay nangyaring mga kamatayan na to during an anti-drug campain. So, sinong pumatay? Sinong drugs? And everybody knows us drugs here. And pinakamarami and most of it sa lahat pang yun, sinasabi lang natin, do the trials here dahil dito nangyari yung krimen, dahil Pilipino siya, dahil walang jurisdiction ng ICC. At nung nangyayari ang lahat ng ito, asan ba ang ICC, asan ba ang mga puti na maghihira sa kanya nung wala pang anti-drug campaign, at during the anti-drug campaign, were they all against us, who knew what was happening before the anti-drug campaign and knew what was happening during the anti-drug campaign. And now that the anti-drug campaign has stopped, we all know what's happening. Na, ibig sabihin, if there will be a court or a people that would know what really happened, it would be us. So, bottom line, we all want him tried here. And even
how
if,
can
of course,
we reconcile?
Go ahead, Ate Faye, attorney.
How can we reconcile that with the exercise of executive privilege? Papasok ba yun?
In the referring to the assertion of SILG and SOJ siguro yan, ma'am. Kasi sinabi niya sa media, di ba? So, and then the arrest was public against a public person. So, people has the right to know. So now, after niya sabi sa media na tumanggi si Secretary Anyo, tumanggi si Sigibo, na quiet naman si Bongbong o si BBM or si Presidente Marcos. Tapos ngayon sabi niya, executive privilege. It's a lame alibi. Dapat i-discuss sa tao dahil gusto malaman ng tao kung ano nangyari. Sino ba nagplano ng illegal na aktibidad na to? Kasi hindi naman rights lang ng Pangulong Duterte ang na-violate. Rights nating lahat, sir, ma'am. Ibig sabihin, they can do it to any one of us. Ano to, martial law? The constitutional guarantee of due process, freedom of abode against warrantless arrest. Ano yan na, constitutional guarantee, harang yan eh. Ibig sabihin, you can't cross that. That is our protection. Was violated. They did not do this the first time. They did this twice. Una, nung pasukin nila yung KOJC, the warrant, they searched the whole place with an arrest warrant. Tapos how brutal they did it was horrible. And now they did it in front of the whole world to a former president, or not even a former president, a simpleng tao, a citizen of the Philippines. Means kahit citizen na lang, it means it can be done to any one of us. So we have to stand up against all these abuses.
Nabanggit mo kanina yung bring him home. Yan, nakikita ko nga rin yan, yung bring him home. How do you plan to do it? Na itong mga mapatotoo itong bring him home. Anong plano ng mga supporters ni PRRD tungkol dito?
Well, of course, you have to do it through law. You have to do it through law. And ako po ngayon, last week we were organizing organizing the group. Ang dami ko, alam niyo itong mga nangyayari ito. Wala akong kumukumpas dito eh. These are being done voluntarily all over the world by the Filipinos na nakikita natin. Walang kumukumpas. This is a miracle. Sabihan nga ako ng papa ko, ang father ko, si Bishop Butch Belica, is a minister. I'm a pastor also. And, ako, nagagalit ako. And alam ng father ko na ang daming kumakausap sa akin ng kung ano-anong options. Sabi niya sa akin, alam mo anak, not by might nor by power, but by the Spirit of the Lord. Sabi niya, yan din ang pinagdaanan namin nung panahon ni Gringo nung panahon namin. Sabi niya, so anak, mag-ingat ka. Tapos when I looked at the news, and I was looking at Facebook, nakita ko, sabi mo, not by might, not by mind or by power, but by the Spirit of the Lord. O tingnan mo, buong mundo, naglumalabas, sumisigaw, nanalangin, nagdadalamhati, buong mundo, sabay-sabay. Buong Pilipinas, dito lang po sa Metro Manila, hindi makakilos ang mga tao dahil ang mga pulis nangaharas. Pagtipon-tipon ka ng konti, mamaya may mobile na dyan. Bigyan ng permits. Dito lang sa Metro Manila, pero makita nyo po sa Visayas at Mindanao, galit ang mga tao. Yes, sir.
Congressman, follow-up lang po. Yung follow-up question sa Bring Him Home. May petition ngayon sa sa Supreme Court, ang pamilya Duterte na pabalikin dito si former President Rodrigo Duterte from The Hague. Kung sakasakali man na mabigyan ng magdesisyon ang Supreme Court na paboran yung pagbabalik dito kay former President Rodrigo Duterte, paano to gagawin ng administrasyon na pabalikin dito si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte samantalang hawak na siya ng ICC doon sa The Hague? Alam naman natin ng ICC, at least yung predecessor nito, na pinapayagan na kahit yung kidnapping, 'di ba? Si Eichmann, yung German official na kinidnap ng mga Israeli sa Argentina, na kinidnap na from Argentina dinala sa sa Israel para matry sa predecessor ng ICC para managot sa kanyang krimen. So kung yung dahig pinapayagan yung ICC pinapayagan yung ganong illegal na pagkuha sa isang taong may warrant at itong ang Supreme Court natin magdesisyon na pabalikin yung pangulo natin, dating pangulo, paano ngayon to gagawin siguro ng administrasyon?
Tugtungan ko muna Kong Chairman,
Well,
kasi yun nga paano para isang sagutan lang po kasi si si BP Sara mukhang give up na, sabi nga niya malabo nang makabalik ang kanyang ama, kaya mag-move on na tayo. So paano po natin idudugal tong paano may purpose natin balik
Well, alam ni Attorney Fayan na ICC na talaga may hawak. At this point, talaga, it's going to be ICC's decision. Kahit Supreme Court pa ang magsalita, it's going to be ICC's decision. The Supreme Court decision can be a basis for ICC's decision. But at this point, it's ICC's call, number one. Number two, hindi ko pa pwedeng sasabihin ng International Criminal Court na okay sa kanilang krimen. Dahil kung ganong klaseng korte sila, magsara na sila. Kriminal sila. You cannot accept something illegal to proceed in your court. Rules na nga nila ang binaviolate. I think magagalit ang buong mundo to do that. And we should call on the governments, other governments and superpowers who has rejected the jurisdiction of the ICC. Tandaan po natin, ang ICC po, hindi bansa yan eh. It was only formed through a treaty of nations lang po yan, na nandun sa Rome. Wala akong jurisdiction yan, kaya nga walang sariling pulis yan eh. Pati po ang existence yan, nabubuhay sa abuloy ng mga bansa. That's why, we are a sovereign state. We have our own laws. The ICC has no role here. Therefore, kaya ni-reject ng Amerika, ng China, ng Russia, ng Israel ang Rome Statute dahil bakit mo kami i-under sa batas ng isang bansa na hindi naman kami? We are the Philippines. We are our own state. We have our own rules, own laws. We govern ourselves. We have our own courts that has been working. Let me just remind the ICC right now. Kaya po, ang gagawin namin, mananawagan kami sa lahat ng mga superpowers, President Trump, President Putin, Xi Jinping, President Xi, Prime Minister Netanyahu, to take action against this abuse, and ICC itself for illegal actions kung kanila pong gagawin. In fact, nasimula na po nila noong pre-trial, sinabi na ni Executive Secretary Medeldea na he was forcibly taken against our laws. Pinagwalang kibo nila. Right there and then, dapat po yun, dinesisyon na nila. You gotta go. You were kidnapped. You have to go. He should have been sent to court here right away, right then and there. Pero kita po natin, nanonood tayo lahat para silang walang narinig. So, sa darating pong hearing sa September 23, hopefully earlier, ay mabigyang pansin ng petition na to at maintindihan ng ICC court o ang ICC na merong step na may process na na-violate na hindi nagawa na dapat gawin. So kung gaano kabilis nila kinidnap, pinilit at finors ang Pangulong Duterte paalis ng Pilipinas, dapat po ganun din nila kabilis ibalik dito ang Pangulong Duterte. Iharap po sa korte, iharap nyo lang sa judge. Yun lang naman sinasabi natin, iharap nyo sa judge para yung batas natin ang ma-apply dun sa warrant na hawak-hawak nila.
Chairman, meron po akong tanong na medyo up close and personal na base sa iyong pagkakakilala kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Kanina kasi nag-quote ka ng Bible, biblical verses. So tanungin lang namin, there was a time na si PRRD, he called God stupid. Tapos